Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are making a beautiful Pemberley emulsified whipped sugar scrub. So this formula is a continuation of the Pemberley series that we've been sort of flirting with over the last couple months, and the core scent blend there is a combination of rose, cardamom, benzoin, and grapefruit essential oil for just an absolutely mesmerizing, really posh, gorgeous scent blend. The other part of this theme is a feeling of elegance in the Regency era. So I like to think of the 1995 BBC Pride and Prejudice miniseries with the muted, elegant pastels and the very graceful Grecian silhouettes. Just in keeping with that visual understatedness, I've kept the color of this just plain, crisp, white, and then if you want to sprinkle a little bit of extra sugar on top when your recipient or just you open up the container for the first time, it's just got a lovely little bit of sparkle going on. The awesome thing about emulsified sugar scrubs is that they contain emulsifiers, so it's not emulsified with anything at the moment, but what it will do is it will emulsify with your bath water or any water on your skin when you go and you massage it into your skin, and there's a little demo at the end. And so this means it basically just turns into lotion on your skin, and it also means that it rinses off easily, not only off your skin but also out of the tub, so you are significantly less likely to have an incident as you attempt to get out of a greased bathtub. I'm absolutely in love with how this scrub smells and how it leaves my skin feeling. It is a wonderful, decadent treat for yourself or for someone you love as a gift. As a reminder, if you want to learn anything else about this formula, if you have questions about scaling, substitutions, shelf life, if you should include a preservative or not, please make sure you're going down to the description box below this video and clicking through to read this recipe on my blog. There's a full partner blog post with more information about the formulation, decisions I've made, all the amounts and instructions written out, links to places to purchase all of the ingredients, and information on substitutions, scaling, and a whole lot more. So yeah, it's definitely a worthwhile click and read. But come on, let's get started. We'll begin by combining our heated phase in a small heat-resistant bowl. And you want to make sure that you can whip in this bowl, so make sure that it's deep enough that you can get a beater in there and whip things around, and that it's also large enough. But make sure it's not so large that you won't be able to beat the amount of product that you're making. So you're going to need 5 grams of Polawax Complete Emulsifying Wax, 4 grams of Polysorbate 80, 26.85 grams of fractionated coconut oil, 1 gram rose wax, and 12 grams cetearyl alcohol. To melt everything together, you're going to pop your bowl in a water bath. So this is a wide flat bottom sauté pan that has about 1 inch or 3 centimeters of water in the bottom of it. And I'm going to go put this on the stovetop over a medium heat for about half an hour to melt everything through. While our heated phase melts through, we'll weigh out the ingredients for our cool down phase. So you're going to need 0.25 grams vitamin E oil, 0.4 grams benzoin resinoid, 0.3 grams pink or white grapefruit essential oil, and 0.2 grams cardamom essential oil. When the base has melted, you can remove your pan from the heat and then remove the base from the water bath. So we want this to gain a bit of viscosity and cool down before we start whipping it. So you can very easily just leave it and come back and stir it every now and then as it cools, but since this is for a video and I'm trying to make this not take absolutely forever, we are just going to use an ice bath. So we just want this to get a bit cooler and a bit more viscous before we add the sugar in the cool down phase. If you just leave it to cool down all on its own, I find you get quite a hard layer on the top of the mixture, and then it doesn't ever properly incorporate back in, and you kind of end up with these hard lumps of the base. So you do want to make sure you are agitating it as it cools, however you decide to let it cool. You can see it's cooled down a bit. It's got a bit of viscosity to it, looking a little applesaucy. So we're going to add our cool down phase and our sugar, and then we're going to start to whip it. You'll need 50 grams of granulated sugar for this. So this is still a little bit on the warm side. It's not totally at room temperature, and I want to make sure that our final whipping session happens at room temperature, so I'm going to leave this to continue to cool for a while. So it's been about 10 minutes. It's cooled down a bit. It's still not completely cool, but I'm going to give it another whipping now anyways. That'll kind of help it cool down a bit faster too. Okay, just going to leave that to continue to cool. So it's been about 40 minutes and this is now totally at room temperature, which is great. So we're going to whip it one last time and pop it in our container. So if you wanted to add a mica to color this, this would be a good time to do it, to add it before the last whipping. Got our container here, a little kind of half cup-ish, 100 milliliter sort of jar. We're just gonna kind of lightly spoon that in there. You don't want to squish it out, you just worked pretty hard to put a bunch of air in there, so you want to make sure that you're, you know, not undoing all your hard work. Thought we could take a little bit of a look at how this works. Not sure how well it'll come across on camera, but we can try. A little bit of water in there. And there, you can see it works up into a really nice, lovely, kind of low, creamy lather. I can feel the sugar scrubbing away, but I can also feel it sort of starting to dissolve into the water the longer I scrub. And then it rinses off really, really nicely as well, thanks to all the emulsifiers in there. And there you go. You just made a beautiful Pemberley whipped emulsified sugar scrub. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and please remember to go down to the description box below this video and click through to read this recipe on my blog, where you'll find a lot more information about it, links to places to buy all the ingredients, information on substitutions, scaling, shelf life, and a whole lot more. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.